I've already typed in the function from this first example. So that's the first thing you want to make sure that is done. It is super important that it's correct. If you have the wrong function, you will not be able to find the correct rational roots. So now I'm going to go to second window, and that's going to bring me to my table setup page. My table start value needs to be my biggest negative, which in this problem was -3. And then my delta table, which is the steps or how much is going to be in between each x value on my table, is going to be 1/3. So I'm going to type in 1 divided by 3. It is not enough to put 0.3 because 1/3 is actually 0.3 repeating. There's no way you could type in enough 3's to make it unequal. So just type in 1 divided by 3. Now I go to my table, so I'm going to press second graph. I have to start where x is -3, and I can stop when x is +3. I'm looking at my y values, which are the ones that are blue. So I'm going to just keep scrolling, and again, I'm only looking at my y values. That's going to tell me where the answers are. This one that I just got to, this is not one of my solutions because it's x is 0. I only have answers when y is 0. So I'm going to keep scrolling, and I can stop at +3. Oh, okay, so here's my 0. Now this one looks a little strange because it has an e, which is weird. What happens is that the calculator is just, it rounds it funny. So when you see something that has an e, but it's in the middle of a bunch of otherwise regular numbers, that actually represents a 0. Almost all the time it's going to show you 0, but for some reason this one gives you that weird scientific notation, but it means 0. Now I want to clarify, it has to be one e in the middle of regular numbers. I just want to show you, if I go to -100 on my table, you're going to see that everything has e's. These are not zeros. What these represent are like huge negative numbers, that so big that they have to be written in scientific notation. So if it's a bunch of e's all together, it is not a 0. But if I go back to my 0 here, oh, and now when I go back, for some reason it gives me 0. So if you see the 0 in the middle where it's just an e surrounded by regular numbers, it's good, it's a 0. If it's a bunch of e's, it is not a 0.